Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. It's the backup channel back in Celeb Up and bringing you all the breaking news. On January 5th, 10 people were shot and wounded while French Montana was shooting a video outside of the Licking restaurant in Miami. According to reports, French Montana and Rob49 were originally shooting a video by a nearby KFC, but after a robbery took place, they moved the video shoot to the soul food restaurant The Licking, which is co-owned by DJ Khaled. Then sometime around 8 p.m., an argument allegedly broke out between two groups of people and they just started firing. I mean, they were licking off shots at The Licking while people were sitting there trying to eat their chicken, and people were getting hit left and right. After the shooting took place, French Montana took to Twitter and wrote, quote, "Last night, I was in Miami celebrating the release of my CB6 mixtape with friends at a local restaurant. We unfortunately were at the wrong place at the wrong time when an incident took place that left people hurt. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims and families at this time," end quote. Well, based on that tweet, you would think that Frenchie had nothing to do with the entire situation. However, now the police chief is saying a little something different. Officials are saying that French Montana was supposed to fill out certain paperwork in order to be shooting a video out on the Miami streets. However, French did not do that. Thus, because French did not fill out the proper production permits, French violated city policy. Chief Delma Noel Pratt said French & Company, the artist company that set up the video shoot, did not fill out an application to obtain the necessary production permits, which violates city policy. The chief said, quote, "As a result of this disregard of the procedure, the unauthorized music video production led to an unfortunate situation. If the necessary agencies were notified ahead of time and protocol followed, police officers would have been in place to safeguard the community and assist with deterring and responding, if needed, to any situation that may arise," end quote. After the police chief made the statements, Frenchie turned around and Frenchie was like, "Wait a minute, we were not shooting a music video. We were just out there celebrating the release of my new album." French went on to say something like, "Violence is unpredictable and stuff happens. That was not my fault. We were in the wrong place at the wrong time. You can't pin that on me. I'm not taking the blame for that shooting." Listen, I feel bad for Frenchie because now that the police chief has said that he did not file the proper paperwork, I can almost guarantee you that every one of those 10 people that got shot on the street in Miami are getting ready to come after Frenchie for the bag. I gotta tell you, I really hope that French & Co. has some very good insurance. Now, a quick update on our favorite court case, The People versus Young Thug. You already know that the judge read Young Thug's lyrics from the stand. Then, when he was talking to the potential jurors, he told them not to be snitches. And now, the 250-question jury questionnaire that potential jurors are supposed to fill out has been leaked. According to YSB TV's Michael Schneiden, some of the questions included, quote, "Do you listen to hip-hop or rap? Do you have an opinion about a person who has a head or neck tattoo? Do you have an opinion about a person who has dreadlocks or tattoos, wears jewelry, baggy pants or hoodies, or flashes guns, cash, and gang signs? How much attention do you pay to song lyrics? Are you familiar with YFN Lucci, Gunna, Rich Homie Quan, Lil Wayne, or Birdman?" End quote. I gotta tell you, if anybody said they were not aware of who Lil Wayne is, they are lying. And if they're not aware of who Lil Wayne is, then it's sort of like, is Young Thug really getting a jury of his peers? And if I might backtrack and go back to the day that the judge read those lyrics, that black judge should have read those lyrics with a little bit more charisma and swag, like he probably does when he's sitting in his car, right? And then the other thing too is like, as far as the lyrics are concerned, if I was like Young Thug's attorney, I swear, I'd be like, yo, he uses a ghostwriter. And I'd have paraded out the most vanilla little preppy white boy who loves writing raps in a marble notebook. And I just said he wrote all of those raps. Listen, sometimes you gotta claim the ghostwriter. I'd be sitting up in that court with a straight face and I'd be like, he wrote that, not me. And really quick, while we're talking about trials, prosecutors in the XXXtentacion case may have sealed the deal because they recently found a live round in the suspect's home that is possibly connected to the moida. According to court documents, a search of Dedrick Williams' home produced a live round of ammunition that is definitely connected to X's June 2018 moida. They also discovered that the suspect's phone pinged at Revo Motorsports in Deerfield Beach, Florida, around the time that the ambush took place. They also say they got video footage of this dude distributing $100 bills 2 days after X was killed. And they believe that that came from the $50,000 that was stolen by the individuals who took his life. Using GPS data and triangulations, authorities determined that the footage was captured around 11:20 p.m. on June 20th. I don't know. Barring any surprises, this XXX case seems like it's going to be pretty open and shut. Anyways, your girl Lizzo was online last week and she had a whole lot to say about delusional celebrity beauty standards. Lizzo posted a video of herself sporting a bikini, and while she was in that bikini, Lizzo clapped back at all the critics who always have something to say about her body. Lizzo was like, check it. Artists are not here to look good for you. Artists are here to make art. Lizzo said, quote, "The discourse around bodies is officially tired. The discourse around bodies is tired. I've seen comments go from, oh my gosh, I liked you when you were thick. Why'd you lose weight? To, oh my gosh, why'd you get a BBL? I liked your body before. To, oh my gosh, you're so big. Ooh, you need to lose weight, but for your health. To, oh my gosh, you're so little. You need to get an A or titties or something. To, oh my gosh, why did you get work done? It's just too much work." End quote. Lizzo continued on to say, are we okay? Do you see the delusion? Artists are here to make art, and this body is art. And I'ma do whatever I want with this body. I wish that comments costed y'all money so we could see how much time we are effing wasting on the wrong thing. Can we leave this ish back there, please? End quote. I don't know if it's just me, but I've never been overly concerned with other people's weight. You know what I'm saying? You deal with that over there on your own. I'm gonna deal with what I got going on over here. But anyway, Lizzo set everybody straight. Lizzo said, listen, y'all out here and y'all keep talking about me and you keep criticizing me, but I guarantee you, if making these same little comments cost you a couple of coins, you wouldn't say nothing, because all of y'all are too broke to be making comments. What do you think? Do you think Lizzo is right? If it cost a few dollars or a few cents to make comments online, do you think that would shut a whole bunch of people up? Let me know in the comments. Now check it out. Recently an article came out and it was celebrating Eddie Murphy and his 10 children, right? And the article referred to Eddie Murphy as the OG Nick Cannon because Eddie Murphy has 10 kids with 5 different baby mamas, right? Including like the Spice Girl and the ex-wife Nicole. And it occurred to me, how come, we clown Nick Cannon and we're like, oh my goodness, what Nick Cannon is doing is so wrong, but we never say the same thing about Eddie. What's the difference? Is it because like he spaced the birth of the kids out a little differently? Or because he had a lot of the kids while he was in long-term relationships? I don't know. What's the real difference between Eddie and Nick? Eddie got 10, Nick got 11, 12, 13. We don't know. We don't know how many Nick has. But what is the difference? Let me know in the comments. Check it out. Actress Taraji P Henson recently stopped by Angie Martinez's IRL podcast. And while she was there, she revealed that she suffers from anxiety and depression. Taraji said that she has not truly been happy in a very long time. And she also said, quote, I love to make people happy and smile, but what about me? Because then I go home in the shadows in the 4 corners of my room. Who's there to lift me up? End quote. Taraji also talked about the fact that social media does play a part in her anxiety and depression because she said it's hard to be happy in a world where every time you look online, you're inundated with people's pictures and images of their perfectly curated lives, which makes it seem like they have everything. She said, quote, social media is where people post and they live this fantasy realization. It's not real. Nobody's posting their pain. They're posting all the good, posting when they come out on the other side, but no one is posting the darkness, end quote. After Taraji said that, Angie Martinez asked her, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you? And Taraji said, quote, I thought I was happy, but the things that I thought was making me happy, they don't cut it anymore. End quote. Aw, listen, I like Taraji, and it pains me to see that Taraji struggles with anxiety and depression. I wish that everybody was healthy and happy and did not have to experience the darkness that Taraji is talking about. You know, let's keep Taraji in prayer and everybody who's experiencing anxiety and depression. But as far as like social media is concerned, always remember, the grass always looks greener on the other side until you walk across the street and you're standing on that grass, and then you get a chance to look back at your own grass, and all of a sudden your grass starts looking pretty green too. That is, if you watered it. Look, don't be out here expecting to have green grass if you're not going to put in the work to have the green grass. You got to water that grass. You got to care for the grass that God gave you before He blesses you with some better grass. Now, that right there, that was a mustard seed of wisdom that I just gave you. And if you don't get it, I do not know what to tell you. Now check this out. A man pretending to work for Chance the Rapper's charity has now been arrested for fraud. According to CBS Chicago, 35-year-old DeMarco Franklin was arrested after defrauding two women out of at least $70,000 in a scheme that he started in January 2022. Clufuncio Abayati Cole, who goes by the name Lulu Cole, was contacted by DeMarco Franklin, who called himself Jeffrey Washington and claimed to work for Chance the Rapper's nonprofit Social Works. DeMarco convinced the woman that he had paid her cell phone bill and mortgage to the tune of $44,803.13, and he even sent her receipts in the form of a confirmation. Because Clufuncio Abayati Cole thought that the money was coming from Chance the Rapper's nonprofit organization and the Community and Economic Development Association in Cook County, the woman's sister, Ibianca Ibi Abayati Cole, also turned to Washington, aka DeMarco Franklin, for some cash assistance, and she received a confirmation that she received $100,000 in assistance. The two sisters eventually turned around and gave DeMarco Franklin $70,000 in cash as a donation to further the good work that he was doing through Chance the Rapper's charity. But get this, when Clufuncio Abayati Cole contacted her bank, she found out her mortgage had never been paid. And when she realized that she had been hoodwinked and bamboozled, she called the Chicago PD and she gave the police a picture of the dude that she had taken when they first met. And after much investigation, the Chicago police eventually arrested DeMarco. And they say this is not the first time that DeMarco has defrauded people using schemes similar to this. Let me tell you why this story bothers me. You got this chick. She says this dude contacted her and paid off her bills and paid like $44,000, right? And then she contacts her sister and she's like, yo, you need to get some of this dough because apparently the sister needed it too, right? But somehow these two women who needed this money and took this money from a charity who gives to those who are in need somehow had $70,000 of disposable income to give to this dude who was really defrauding them in the first place. I mean, for real, if you had $70,000 just sitting at home or sitting in a bank that you could use on anything, you should have paid off your own mortgage. Why would you take the money from the charity who's supposed to be helping people who really need the help? People who actually don't have any money in the bank. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, these two sisters got hustled because they were trying to hustle. But listen, I don't want any of you out there to get hustled. So let me give you a piece of advice. If some dude that you don't know from Jack-ish or Adam shows up to your house talking about he's from a charity, right? And he's got on a wave cap, a do-rag, a scully, or one of those clear plastic Jerry curl caps, you don't give that dude a check. You don't give that dude no cash. Under no circumstances do you hand that dude your dough. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.